This is the Long Story Longer podcast with Rene Rodriguez. Today's guest is Anthony Gonzalez of Yolotli and Darkside Studios. So what's up, brother? What you doing?
Good morning, man. Good. Yourself?
Good morning. Good. I'm doing good, bro. Doing good.
How's everything?
Everything's pretty good, bro. Just kicking off the morning. Long week off from work and go back to work tomorrow. Just getting myself situated before we kick off the week, bro.
Yeah. I was excited to come to actually check out where you guys do all your music, the setup. So.
Hell yeah, bro. I'm glad you're excited, man.
Yeah.
And I told you earlier before we started recording that I was ready to have you here to help me with some insight also, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, bro, because you're all about this stuff. And
I tried, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, so yeah, man. So I've known you since we worked at Job,
Cemex, and then Job.
A long time ago. I've been with the railroad for almost 10 years. I was gone for a year above that with the oil field, and so we
I think we met like around 2007, dude.
2007?
Yeah.
So what, 15 years, give or take? I can't do the math right now.
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that. Almost 20 years, though.
Yeah.
A long time.
Dude, that's a long time.
That's a long time, bro.
Yeah.
And we met because somebody had told you that I played guitar. And I remember you dropped by the office.
Yeah.
And, hey, man, you play guitar? I'm like, yeah, man. I think I was playing with a couple of, I can't remember who at that time. Do you remember?
The only one I remember was Baltasar.
Baltasar for sure as a drummer. Mm-hmm. I don't think Roger was playing with us yet, or he might have been. No,
I don't remember Roger, dude.
Yeah, Baltasar's a good dude. He's still posting his drumming videos too on YouTube and Facebook. And yeah, we talked and we jammed out a few times, but nothing became of it, huh? No, I think at the time during those jam sessions, like even now, I wasn't as much of a metal vibe as you were. I liked the heavy, but I was more of a funky heavy.
Yeah.
And you were straight up metal, bro.
Yeah, dude. Gotta keep it hard, dude.
Yeah, bro.
But yeah, I think I don't know. I think after that, you took your direction, I took my direction, and
yours obviously paid off a lot more, bro, because you're doing way more gigs than I ever did.
It's a lot of sacrifice.
Sacrifice and love for it, bro.
Yeah. After that, I don't know. Just the train just took off, dude.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like I just kept playing and playing and playing, playing with a couple bands here and there and playing shows. But what really got me into playing was being in front of the people, you know.
Mm-hmm.
That's what really made it for me to actually connect to the audience and, just find that connection.
Right.
Playing live.
And of all those bands that you've been with up to this point, how many of those did you record music with?
Pretty much all of them. All of them. We went to different studios and recorded, released music here and there, but yeah, that's kind of like I started, finding the love for the recording process and understanding how it works, and just preparing to go into the studio or record,
Dude, and I always talk about how great you are at all that stuff, all that technical stuff. It became your primary language, as far as you play guitar, you're badass at that. And then the technical side of it with the recording and everything, you're all in, bro. You're way vested.
The recording, I felt that it took time to actually really understood. I had an idea, but I really had to, as much time I was putting into songwriting and stuff like that, I had to put the same effort into, understanding and learning how to record and learning the programs and what they do, But that took a little bit of time. So now, I'm still learning because there's a lot to learn. But right now I think I'm already up to speed where I wanted to be. But it took time, time and effort and a lot of reading, and understanding waves.
And I was telling Adam and Drew that I always call you a madman in the best sense of it, bro, because you're all in, you're super vested, you're an evil genius, but it's because it's your life, bro. It's your end product is always crisp and clear and as close to perfect as possible. You know, not just with your stuff, even with my stuff. You make my stuff sound way better, bro.
Yeah, now that I actually like felt comfortable to open the studio to bring in different artists or bands, like I really like working with that, like especially like helping other people and actually do it for the music. I know it's kind of like a business side of it too, but actually really helping the local bands and artists and stuff like that. I got the pleasure to work with a couple of them already, and it's been great.
Yeah. I think you take as much pride into their work as you do your own.
Yeah.
This is, and I think you told me before with when we recorded Glow that you want, even though it's my song, you wanted it to represent the end product. You wanted to represent your quality of work also.
Yeah. See, like with me, like for like artists or bands that come in, I do offer a certain style of. Well, I do offer my touch. Like it's your song, but let me add my flavor, my I guess my knowledge of ear and experience, and like when it comes to like producing and doing production work, let me add my flavor into it. To not that I'm the greatest, but I think I understand what I'm doing, especially when it comes to adding different components into the music just to enhance it and make it actually better.
Right. And you guys had recently gone over to that studio. Where was it?
GRS.
Yeah, you got in there, and did you learn stuff from there? Or did you pretty much?
The times that I've been there, it's always been because we're doing something. I think we filmed a video, part of a video. I did another podcast. I believe I went to the opening of it when they opened it. But no, like I've been wanting to check out their work and see how what they do there. I think that's in the works because like they already offered to, if I will go in and check out their
Give them your 2 cents, or
their process. Yeah, so maybe I can go in there and see how everything works there.
give them your 2 cents, and on the same token, learn some stuff.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, man. But again, you've got quite a setup at your house too. But I mean, it's nothing basic. You've got a lot of stuff, but compared to a bigger studio, I mean, there's still, you're doing a lot with what you have.
Well, now with technology and different programs and software, like it's crazy the amount of stuff that companies are putting out with programs, and they do like a compressor, an analog compressor, and they make it into an actual digital software, and they'll do comparisons of like the analog and the digital, and they pretty much sound the same.
Yeah.
I would like to get into the analog world, but all that stuff is super pricey, super pricey. But you can find them digital, like, so all my stuff that I do, it's all in the box, like within the programs and different softwares.
Right. And it's cool to see. It's like on your Instagram stories or your Facebook stories. It's cool to see whenever you come across a new update, you're always on top of it and you're showing it. And maybe not a lot of people know what it is, but I can sense that you're excited about what you just discovered or whatever.
Yeah, mostly like
new.
If I pretty much post something like that, that I'm trying out or working with, I'm excited because it's something new. So
right.
Whenever something comes out or a new update or something, like I gotta try it to see how it developed or how it worked.
Yeah.
But yeah, mostly if you follow me on Instagram, you see a lot of that stuff.
Yeah. And then with you, from day one, timing is everything. Try to get everything on point, which is how it has to be.
Yeah, I learned that understanding like everything comes down to the tempo, and everything comes down to drums, and the grid, especially with recordings, like everything has to be on tempo and on time in order for the recording to be perfect. And if you're gonna make the investment and that put in the time to record, like it has to be perfect. So to me, like tempos and timings, like that's like my holy grail
Right,
when it
right,
comes to recording.
right. So I remember going back to you recording us the first time you did with Glow. How excited I was when you had shown me, speaking on timing, how Ryan, my boy, you showed me a snippet of what he had played on drums,
Yeah.
and you were checking the timing on it, and it only moved a hair from where he was hitting on almost
Yeah,
perfectly on time.
he literally has a natural ear for recording. Like, we were doing digital tracking on the drums, and there's always gonna be like a human error because I mean we're not machines, right? There's
Right.
always gonna be a human error of milliseconds that it's gonna be a little bit off the grid.
Mm-hmm.
And so in order for it to be like super perfect on time, you quantize it into the grid. And I remember seeing the lines, the hits on the computer, and it only made a little shift, like
Yeah, it was just
that's
a
it,
hair.
just a hair, like a hair. I'm like, what? I'm like, I remember telling you, like, you gotta look at this, bro, because it's on time. But
Yeah.
that's good, That's so imagine like, well, he's 8, 9.
He's gonna be 10.
He's gonna be
next
10.
next month.
He's gonna be 10 next month. So imagine when he's in our age, bro. Like, if he doesn't stop,
And I'm
he's
sure he won't.
he's
I mean, I hope he doesn't.
he's developed in music, dude. Like, he's gonna be an amazing drummer, dude.
Yeah, bro. I hope so.
So that's awesome because a lot of kids don't do that now.
Yeah, now he's talking about how he's going to be a rock star. He's going to be a baseball player in the future, and I hope he sticks with it. Both
Yeah.
of them.
Yeah.
So I was going to ask you, as far as how long we've known each other, bro. I never really asked you about your background. Like, I don't know much about your family life or how you grew up and how music came into play with you all in all.
Well, I grew up in Nevada. That's where I grew up.
Is that where you were born too, or?
No, I was born here, but
Okay.
my parents ended up moving to Nevada, and that's pretty much where I grew up. I would say about 15, we came over here. That's, I guess, all the family. My dad's and my mom's family's here. So, right before we came over here, around 13, 14, my dad's like, hey, I got you a guitar. So he's the one that actually introduced me into music.
Mm-hmm.
And that summer, like, I burned away my fingers, dude.
Oh, nice.
Like, I was just trying to
You were
learn.
how old again?
But I think it was like 13,
Oh, right on.
14. And that summer, I just fell in love with it. Like, the whole idea of creating sounds with your fingers and your hands. And that, all I remember doing, that time was just wanting to learn and play like Metallica.
Right.
Like,
All of us.
yeah. And, after that, I just, I fell in love and I wanted to know more. So I would go and buy magazines. Back then there was no YouTube or social media, stuff like that.
Guitar World, Guitar Magazine.
Yeah. And so I got into the whole magazines and try to learn a song every month, every time a new episode would come out. And just hear music and try to find tabs and understand how it worked.
Right.
And I feel that since I was from that time till now, like, I really haven't stopped.
Right.
I really can't say that I actually put it down, or that I took like, it took a big time out of my life and did something else. Like, no, it's always been about music.
Yeah.
So I play with a lot of musicians. I've seen a lot of musicians come and go, and I'm still doing it.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I haven't stopped ever since. So it's just been like a long roadie. Like, I picked it up. The way I remember it, like, I feel like I picked it up and then I ran with it. I'm still running with it, But yeah, we came over here and I took music classes and let me see. My dad would show me stuff in and out, learning how to play chords and stuff like that. So every time I would learn like something new, he would be like, "Okay, let's learn something else." So once I felt that I got into where I was outplaying him, and I was like, "Okay, Dad, well, how do you do this? I want to play heavier." Then that's where he's like, "Okay, I don't know what you're talking about." He was just into the basic, standard, guitar tunings and stuff like that.
Right.
But yeah, he got me all into the classic, with the vinyls, Black Sabbath, Ozzy, all the classic music.
Hmm.
But yeah, dude.
And then you mentioned Metallica. What else were you into when you first started?
Metallica, Anthrax, Slayer, like all that
Megadeth.
Megadeth, dude.
Hell yeah, bro.
Yeah. I really don't listen to it no more.
Yeah.
Like, I stopped listening to all that type of metal, like the old school metal, dude. Just because I feel that they're great songs and great music, dude, but I think now music has evolved into something else now.
Hmm.
And it's going to continue, changing, in the whole metal or rock scene. Like, it's changing if you think about it. Now I see new bands coming out and they're incorporating the electronic cinematic stuff into it. And that's, I started doing that 2006,
Hmm.
no, 2016. That's when I started incorporating the electronic ambient stuff into rock. And it took me a long time to actually figure it out, how you blend in two different genres into one
Hmm.
and make it work. I think I kind of figured it out right now with my with my songwriting and incorporating all that stuff into it.
Yeah, you've got your signature sound already for sure. And I think that's one of the things I'd always talk to you about was that as long as I've known you and all the music you've shown me throughout the years, everything had your sound to it, which I love and appreciate. It's a great sound. You can always tell when it's your music. You can always tell it's got your signature on it. It's got Tony written all over it. And I'd always tell you too before. I mean, the times I'd see your old bands to now with Yolotli, I think to me, my opinion is you're where you need to be with your sound for sure.
Yeah.
You've perfectly grown into where you're at now, and to me, it's perfect, bro.
Yeah, like with Yolotli, like what I really like about the band and what we do is that before I felt I was like in chains. I was tied down to my what I was supposed to do, what I can do. And with Yolotli, I don't feel that way.
You're not restricted.
I'm not restricted at all. And what I like is that there's awesome, talented musicians. They know what they're doing, and I have the freedom to be like, okay, today, I want to work on something that's gonna sound like this. It's gonna go like this, and it's gonna play like this. And they're 100% with it. Like they believe in what I give them and what we're doing into it. And the sky's the limit.
Yeah, but also you've got to me, it's like you've got more than 24 hours in a day. It seems because you work, you've got a busy life, but you've got music for days, bro. You've got a lot of music, and like Adam was saying, once you're done with something, you've already got stuff on the back burner that you've already pretty much completed or close to completion.
Yeah.
They've got a lot of stuff to pick up from, and again, to me, it seems like you got more than 24 hours in a day, bro, because you've got a lot of stuff out there.
Yeah, it's definitely like super. It's crazy because like I can go back and look up a song in the library from, let's say, July of last year,
Right.
and it's like, oh yeah, I forgot about this song. Like I need to bring it back, and then I'll listen to it, and I'm like, damn, I don't remember what I was doing. So I have to go back. That's the downside, is that you forget your guitar parts because you're already like 8, 10 songs ahead. That when you go back to them, it's like, oh shit, what was I playing on this part? So I have to go back and relearn all my stuff that I was, doing. But yeah,
Yeah.
like there's a lot of music that
So it's crazy you mentioned that because I'm thinking about track 3 that we recorded with you that has yet to be named. We've got our third track for One Star Day recorded for the most part before you throw your magic into it, before the vocals come into play. I know the tuning because I've got the tuning saved on my notes on my iPhone. But I was listening to it the other day, trying to come up with lyrics myself to it in case whatever happens. But I was thinking, man, I'm gonna have to sit down and relearn this. I'm gonna have to tune the guitar to that specific tuning, and I'm gonna have to figure this out again
yeah.
because it's been a while.
Yeah, it can, and sometimes to me it's like, oh, it could be a little bit frustrating because you're like, can't figure it out, or you forget, or so now what I've learned, what I've been doing now, it's I'll do a playthrough. I'll record parts of the song, and then that way I can go back and relearn them again.
Yeah.
Cause yeah, dude, it's
And do you ever come up with new parts to them while you're relearning, or is it pretty much set in stone the way you've initially done it?
no. I always keep it open, like in case that something, when I get back to a certain song that might pop up. I keep it open where, I'll have Laurie come in and add some flavor into his leads, and stuff like that. I do let him, kind of put in his idea, especially
Right.
when it comes to the leads.
Right, and I was going to ask you about that because, again, you've got a lot of stuff that you've recorded on your downtime, and you show it to them. And I was going to ask about that as far as how he comes into play with his.
No, he has open range, like to pretty much write whatever he feels to what's gonna work for that certain parts.
Good. And the same goes for the bass, or
Yeah, I mean it depends. If he has the time to come in and do the bass lines, then yeah, like I'm open for him to retrack them. But I mean everything's pretty much already laid out. But it's up to them if they want to add their part to it.
as far as drum parts, how does that come into play? Do you have drum parts that you put in initially, or
Yeah, I remember him telling me it's like just send me what you have and I'll learn it and I'll play it. I know Drew's probably one of the ones that's super busy with his business and stuff like that. So it's really hard for me to be like, hey, do you like work at my pace? Because I know he has to. He has a busy schedule as well.
right.
So for me, it's like, great, that works. Because whatever I give him, I know he's gonna play it. So I feel that it actually shows more of his talent.
Right, that he can
That
mimic.
he can play whatever you throw at him, like he'll do it. Like there's no problem for him not to learn the part. And he already proved it. Like he proved it that whatever I throw at him, like he'll learn it, man, like nothing.
There's something about those Stayas brothers, bro.
Yeah.
There's something about him, and then Adam. So you've seen it more than I have, but the way he comes into play in his process is something else too.
Yeah. I mean, I think like once we're ready to start tracking vocals for One Star Day, like I want to make it where you're actually there.
Yeah.
Because the way he works, dude, like, and he's done it like multiple times where he'll be like, dude, I only have this part for the song. Let me finish it there. And I'm like, okay, great. And he'll come in, and out of nowhere, dude, like he'll finish the song.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the hell? Like, dude, what are you doing? Like, and I'm like, I'm getting chills, or just like, damn, dude, like out of nothing, you pull the lyrics, you pull the melodies from the air, and like you recorded them. So I want to make it where the next song that we work for One Star Day, like have you there while he's tracking, so you can actually see the process of what he does.
Yeah, I think hopefully here pretty soon I'll be home more often. Within a couple months' time, if all works according to plan, I'll be home a week at a time.
Yeah.
So I'll have more time to really, really focus on it too. We'll see what happens there, and then you guys just threw in another vocalist into the mix.
Yes. We brought in Bree, and she did a Flatline. Uh, she's an amazing singer, dude. Like she really knows how to control her voice. She really knows how to, be, you know, she knows what to do where it needs it,
Right,
and
right.
she's a good lyricist too. She writes really good stuff, and I'm really happy with the stuff that she's been doing. So that's exciting.
Yeah, and so when I talked to Adam and Drew the other day, last week, they mentioned some of the stuff that you guys have coming out, and they mentioned the acoustic album.
Hmm.
And I don't know if I was supposed to say that I heard it or not, but they mentioned it. I'm like, oh yeah, dude, it sounds great. Really, you think so? You heard it? I'm like, yeah, I heard it. I don't know if it was supposed to be out there or not. But I was like, yeah, dude, I heard it and I loved it, man. It sounded pretty good. You
Yeah.
know?
Well, I mean, I'm pretty sure they know. Like, of course, I'm
Yeah.
gonna show it to you. Dude.
I've always been in the know.
Yeah, dude. Adam knows that me and you go way back, like
Right,
for
right,
years.
right.
So, obviously, dude. But yeah, dude. Right now, I'm in the works of two EPs. We're writing a full blown acoustic EP, and then I'm also writing the full heavy uh, metal EP too.
Right on, right on. Yeah, dude. From what I heard, I loved it, and I told you, bro. If you want to borrow my acoustic anytime too,
Yeah,
you know how my acoustic sounds, bro. I love that guitar,
yeah, dude.
my Martin. So as far as you having two vocalists now, I imagine she's gonna come into play a lot more. They're gonna co-write with a bunch of the songs.
Yeah,
Right on.
we're actually tracking song number 2 for the heavy EP. Um, and we're already working on the second song. First one was Flatline. Second one's called Reflection.
Mm-hmm.
And they're already working together on Okay, so what we're doing is I give both of them the song.
Right.
So both of them get the song, and then she writes her version, her melodies, her lyrics, and Adam does the same.
Mm-hmm.
So there's two completely versions, and then once they have all their melody parts and their lyrics, everything like ready to go more or less, then we'll bring it into the studio and we'll mix and match there. So we're combining two completely different worlds and making it into one.
Right.
And we started last week, and it was really cool, man. Like seeing that, it's crazy how singers can. I guess they see things differently because I'm not a singer.
Yeah. Same.
But the way they actually combine melodies and lyrics and make it into one, it's a whole different process. Like the way they do it, it's cool, man.
Yeah, I know with my stuff that we recorded and the stuff that we haven't recorded yet, I hear it in my head. I hear something in my head, but I can't bring it to life. Like I've always taken pride in, dude, my grammar, my spelling, all that stuff is perfect. I think I write better than how I talk, to be honest. And I know I can sit down and write something, but I'm my worst critic. I complicate things, but with my music, I hear something in my head. I can kind of hear the words. I just can't bring them to life. But then with Adam coming into play, comes up with being a vocalist, comes out with something way different than what I'm hearing in my head. And I'm always happy with it, bro.
Yeah. The delivery is always there.
Yeah.
And you know what? Like that actually just shows you the experience and the passion and
Yeah.
the dedication. And once they put it into play, it's like, oh man, it's badass.
Yeah, and I was saying earlier that I didn't finish my thought earlier completely, but with the whole thing with every band that you've seen and every band that you've had, I mean, every band that you've had, everything I've listened to, like I really always loved your music, enjoyed your music, but I think where you're at now, it's just at the top of your game, bro.
Yeah.
And it's only going to get better, obviously.
Yeah. I've played with a lot of great, musicians and different bands, but to me, like this one is I feel that the focus is there, the commitment. Not that the other bands were committing or anything like that. But
Right,
it's just,
and I say that with all due respect, you know, like they've got their talent too and everything. I just think this is where it's just too good right now, bro.
yeah, yeah, I agree.
All due respect, like I said, I mean it. But yeah, man, I'm excited to hear the new stuff. I'm excited to hear the acoustic stuff and your second album, and I'm pretty sure you're working on your third already. I bet.
It's probably in the library already.
Yeah, good, man. Good, bro. And I've still yet to go back and finish recording my stuff. I can't wait to have more time, bro. It's
Yeah. Well, yeah. As soon as I mean, we're ready to.
we started this last one. We started this last one, and that last part we couldn't get it to fit into the timing right, and
Yeah.
we figured it out in the end, right? We figured out the correct beats per minute, and I just have yet to go back in there and re-record.
Yeah.
Got to make time.
So yeah, dude. I know we still have some songs we need to get ready. For One Star Day, but I want to make that an effort to have you with Adam,
Yeah.
so you guys you could see the process of like how we do things,
Dude, and so the other day, was it yesterday? Yeah, yesterday. Early in the morning, Ryan got on his drum set and he started playing before we took off for the day because we were gone all day yesterday. Before we took off to do our busy day things, whatever we were doing, he's like, "Daddy, I want you to play this. I want to write a song to this." And he came up with a drum solo. And he's like breaking it down. He's like, "I'm gonna start off with a drum solo, and this is gonna be the drum part. And I want this to be heavy, Dad. I want this to be heavy." And he started jamming out something real cool. He's still asleep right now. Whenever he wakes up after we're done here, we'll see if he'll play it for you right now. But yeah, I'm gonna have to record that on the phone and
Yeah.
take it with me to work and figure something out for it, bro. I gotta bring out the heavy. It's in there. It's gotta figure it out.
Yeah, dude. When was the last time you actually wrote a heavy song, dude?
Like heavy. It's been forever, bro.
Yeah.
It's been a long time. It's been a long time. Dude, it's because I know it's there, bro. I know it's there. But I just always resort to just overdrive instead of heavy. And I've got my guitar pedals out here. I got the metal muff, and I've got the stuff that I could use to make
Yeah.
it happen. It's just...
Yeah.
But also, like you were mentioning earlier with how when we started out, because I was into Metallica too. Obviously, I was into Metallica, Megadeth. I was into all that stuff, and I'm not gonna sound like them at all, especially all these years that I've kind of strayed from that. But I got to come up with something modern sounding, as far as that's concerned.
Yeah. Do like a modern. Shit, dude.
So I was telling Adam, and this was probably half a year back, if not longer. I was telling Adam that I had in mind of writing like a hot rod song. You know, since my brothers and I are into hot rods, I've got my classic truck that's all hot rodded out. He's got his Chevelle that you saw in the front yard, and we come from a hot rod family. And
That's right. I remember jamming at your parents' house.
yeah, my dad's a '69 Chevelle.
Chevelle, yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, dude. We even took pictures on
In front of it.
on top of it and on front of it. I don't really remember. Like on the hood or somewhere. I can't remember.
Right.
dude.
No, I don't remember that, but I can imagine.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. I think about songs like not really heavy, but more my style of heavy is "Go with the Flow" by Queens of the Stone Age, something like that, with that energy, you know, with a hot rod on it, or
Yeah.
like obviously Rob Zombie has a bunch of like hot rod stuff like Electric Head Part 2 or Dragula, whatever. And I remember I might have been PS2, PS3, that Midnight Club racing game. That game was real cool because it had a badass soundtrack, and I think that was the first game where I saw The Hand That Feeds by Nine Inch Nails on a racing game soundtrack. And so ever since then, that song to me is a racing song, bro. If ever plays at random on my vehicles while I'm driving, I'm not one to speed, to be honest, bro. I'm not a speeder at all, but it makes you want to kick in the pedal, you know. But I want to write something like that, bro. And I told Adam, I'm like, I gotta come up with a hot rod song because obviously we can get our homeboy Benny from Paloma Films and to make our video. We've already got the vehicles, bro. My truck is almost ready. I just got to finish the exhaust and install the seat belts, install the horn, and my truck is done, bro. We got my brother's Chevelle, we got my dad's Chevelle, we got a group of friends that all have their cars too. It's gonna happen, and I think you're right. I do gotta come up with a heavy. It's gonna have to be something heavy for sure.
Yeah.
That right energy.
Yeah. Dude, that'd be cool. Like for writing the right song, dude, like heavy, and then using the cars for the video and stuff like that. Dude, that'd be cool.
It's because I think more of my issue is. So, and you've heard with the music that I write, I think it sounds real. It sounds really story driven, even without the lyrics. I think my music, the way it builds, starts a certain way and it builds up to the climax or to the peak, whatever the fuck. It builds up to a certain point and then it breaks it down and goes crazy, whatever. I gotta tell myself to have fun, to let loose and have fun, and just make it something heavy for the sake of being nonsensical in a sense. Just, hey man,
Yeah.
this is straightforward rock music.
Yeah, rock song.
A straightforward rock heavy song just to get the gears going with your cars or whatever.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, man. So I gotta get that going. So back to you though. You guys have participated in Battle of the Bands recently.
Yeah, we did on the Lowbrow. We did the Battle of the Bands with them, and then we did the Rock House for Weekend.
Mm-hmm.
You know, a chance to play in Europe for like one of the big festivals or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Both of them were cool. There's a lot of bands, a lot of cool people that we end up meeting and talking to, and we had like it's always fun trying and compete.
Try and compete, and so what's your take on the local scene at the moment though?
The local scene. There's a lot of great talent here in town, which I would like. For me, like it's something that I wanna, reach out more and do my part as being part of the music scene, and just help out artists and bands. And that's they have a lot of great music, and I think it has to get captured and put out.
Mm-hmm.
Because you never know, dude. Like maybe the next greatest band it's somewhere here.
It'll happen, bro. I think I've always thought El Paso being a border town, we should have a lot more culture than we do. And I mean, we may have it, but I think we've got all the right stuff to implement into our music. Being a border town, bro, we've got all the right flavors, all the right influence. Being a border town, because we've got different cultures to reach in from and get an El Paso sound going, whether it be whatever genre. It don't matter. It's just we've got everything it takes to come up with something good, And this has to be the spot at some point where people start thinking. Maybe it won't be to the level that Seattle was or Austin now or whatever, but eventually El Paso has to be.
Yeah, because there's a lot of great music here.
There's a lot of great talent here.
And to me, it's I've always had a mentality. And when the people that really knows me close, they know that, and that I've worked with, they've gotten to know that I'm there to help. A lot of people are in it for other reasons, but for me, like with the studio stuff, like I'm in it to help the artists and record their music and get their music out there. You know what I mean?
Right.
And people do it for certain reasons why they have studios and stuff like that. They're running a business, but to me, it's about the music.
Right.
It's not really about the business, which it is at a certain point, but it's about the music.
Yeah, for sure. And I think it's like all these podcasts I listen to, and mostly comedians and stuff, they talk about how there's people that are in it just to elevate themselves, I think it's perfect that you want to elevate not only yourself, but everybody that's around you, It should be that mentality as far as everything goes. And like, you know what? If I help this dude, that's going to help me out eventually, or I mean, God hopes that's what's going to happen, You help each other out, elevate each other. It's only for everybody's benefit.
Yeah.
there's plenty of show for everybody to be had.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, and I mean, I'm always open to, welcome a band or an artist to the studio, and yeah, my doors are open to work with them.
Hmm.
I reached out to a couple bands and artists, and I'm already getting that workflow into it, but I know there's a lot. There's a lot that needs to get discovered here in El Paso.
Oh yeah, yeah, for sure. And I can't remember all the names off the top of my head, but for the bands. But I remember even before my boy was born, when I was going out more often and checking out more local bands more often, there was a bunch of talent here, and it was always motivating, bro, because you're like, man, this is what I have to compete with. And I don't say compete in a bad sense, just like these guys are fucking great. These guys are fucking good.
Yeah.
I remember liking Yolotli. I saw them several times when I was going to check out local bands. I remember seeing other bands. I can't think of the names right now. We used to follow Low Luster League a lot. We became real close friends with. He goes by Yo-Yo now, Yo-Yo Pulgas, Hapa Martinez. My buddies Freddie, myself, Levi, and Louie. We'd go to all his shows. We became real close friends to them, and so they're one of those bands that for sure we'd see them play live, and this guy's got something. We love the way his band sounded and played, and I was like, wow, man, this is something that El Paso has to offer. This is something great, and I'm pretty sure there's a lot more of it out there now.
Yeah.
It just has yet to be discovered, or maybe it's out there and I just haven't seen them yet.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of cool shit here.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys, of course. So,
Yolotli, yeah.
Yolotli for sure, bro. I love how much radio play you guys get on Cali Q with Daniel helping you guys out, and Daniel
Great.
Paulus helping us out too.
He's been a great supporter, with Yolotli, and I mean, not just us, but everybody, like in the whole music scene.
Yeah.
It's great to see that and have that extra support,
Yeah.
Because that type of support goes a little bit more further, It actually helps the band a lot more,
Yeah, dude, I love how whenever Adam and my homeboy Eric, because my homeboy Eric plays in a band called Phantom Flesh too. Whenever I reached out to Adam and Eric, like, hey, we've got Glow already recorded. We're about to release 1985 also. I want to see if this dude will play on Cali Q, also on Q Connected. And I got the information from Eric. I got the information from Adam. Man, I wrote whatever I wrote to him, and I was nervous to hit send, bro. And eventually I hit send, and I fucking sent him the message saying, hey, man, this is Rene. I've got a band with my son, and here's our music video, our music video and our song for Glow. And hopefully you like it. Hopefully you'll play it. But I was nervous, bro. And then he fucking reaches out. Dude, this is amazing, and me and my dad have something similar too. I play because of my dad, so we could relate,
Yeah.
So Daniel was heaven sent, but I always tell him how much I appreciate him. But he played Glow, and then eventually he played 1985 when that came out, and it's always it's always awesome whenever he reaches out after the fact. He'd already played both songs once, and then, hey man, just to let you know, we're gonna play your song again this weekend.
Yeah, he connects you and gives you that
Dude,
heads up,
So again, I appreciate him for everything he does for us, everything he does for you guys. Daniel Paulus, he's a good dude, bro.
Yeah, dude. Big time.
Hell yeah, man! It's always exciting to be able to go on your social media and promote. Hey man, listen to Q Connected at this time this week, and on Sunday they're gonna play Yolotli. They're gonna play One Star Day, and it's a proud moment for sure, bro.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you, what's one of the things that you miss from back in the days?
As far as music goes,
Yeah, like in general, like festivals, concerts, shows, events, local events, and stuff like that.
Street Fest for one. I miss Street Fest, even though I know a bunch of those shows brought bands I wasn't really into, and they'd bring them quite often. But every now and then you had like bands you didn't expect to come play. Like I remember might have been one of the last times, I can't remember. They brought the Wallflowers, and I love the Wallflowers, bro.
Yeah.
That one year that the Wallflowers came, I'm singing, and I'm so vested into them where I'm not just singing the hits, bro. Like the Wallflowers, Jacob Dylan. pretty much guarantee I sang fucking almost every song they played.
The whole set.
Yeah, bro. That's how much I'm into the Wallflowers. But I miss that. Going back to the band I mentioned earlier, Low Luster League. I miss watching them play because it became our fucking routine every weekend. You know, wherever they were playing, we'd go up there and check them out and have a good time and watch them play. And I miss that. What else do I miss? We used to watch Whiskey Sour. Do you remember that band, Whiskey Sour? We used to go see them play.
Yeah.
They were pretty good, and their original music band, Abby Normal. We used to go watch them play. But more than anybody, we used to watch Low Luster League.
Yeah.
We love Hapa. What else do I miss? Well, concerts now. Man, as far as concerts go, like the ones that El Paso brings into town that I'm into, I mean, for sure, if I'm not working, I'll be there. Otherwise, I always go check out these bands out of town. I've got no issue with that. You know, I love traveling and checking out my favorite bands if they're not anywhere near El Paso. But as far as what else I miss, I can't think of anything. What about you, bro?
The festivals.
Yeah, festivals for sure.
Yeah. What I liked about back then was like having. Like, I remember they did local fest, and they had obviously local bands playing. Like, to me, like that showed support for the local musicians. You know, yeah, it's cool that a national band's gonna come in, like, cool. But I think it's more cool when the city's actually supporting local artists. You know?
Oh, for sure.
I do feel that it's not the way it used to be, like the way it was back then.
In a good way or a bad way? Or both?
Good and bad. I feel that there could be more support and for local artists and bands. Anything goes a long way,
Going back to Daniel, that goes a long way.
Yeah, yeah, like Street Fest, like you said, dude, that was another one that I remember playing those shows,
Right.
and having other local bands playing with us too. Balloon Fest, dude, that was another one. Like I miss all those because like it was actually something, an opportunity for a band to play in front of a bigger audience than your local bar or your local nightclub or stuff like that. It was an opportunity for the bands to reach out to more people because of the event. That's one of the things I do miss.
Yeah, for sure. One of the things I talked to Adam and Drew about was, in my experience, of my recollection, the way I remember it, they weren't as supportive of original music when I started playing. I think you had to be a cover band for the most part, and then mix in your original music in there somewhere.
Yeah, I remember those. I remember that time, and that's one of the hard parts where it's cool to play. I mean, I'll be straight out forward. Like, it's cool to play a cover. Don't get me wrong, it's cool, but you're actually playing somebody else's song. Where it's nothing completely wrong with it, but to really show who you are and the level of musician that you're committed to and being and to learn is when you actually write your own stuff. It's cool to learn from other covers and stuff.
Or
like
from
that.
your influences.
From your influence, but what it really comes down to is writing your own stuff because they're writing their own music and you're learning their their songs, but when you actually write your song from beginning to end and you add all the components into them, then that's when a musician can say, I'm actually doing my song.
Right.
So I've always had this thing where I'm not a cover musician, like where I learn covers and stuff.
Yeah, that's exactly what Drew, Adam, and I talked about.
Yeah.
Also.
I'm not really into like learning covers. Yeah, maybe I'll learn one or two or three or whatever, But to me, it's more about writing my own feelings and my own sound and stuff like that.
Mhm.
Back then, if you were not playing in a cover band, it was a little bit hard to go into a bar.
Yeah, for sure.
Now these days, like I feel local artists are more accepted with their
Right.
with their original music.
And I think as far as I got older and I started traveling more and going to Austin with my buddies to go check out the car shows over there or just to go check out music festivals or whatever, you'd go to a place like Austin, bro, and it was all about original music.
Yeah.
And that's where I go back to talking about culture earlier, was that you'd come back to El Paso and it was like, oh, you got to be a cover band to get any attention.
Yeah.
If you want to garner any attention, you got to be a cover band for the most part. Not everybody, not in every case, but a lot of times it's kind of what got you the gig.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
And sadly, it's all because of business. Dude.
Yeah. What's going to bring the people?
What's going to bring the people into the venue or
What song's going to make them dance? An original or fucking
a song that's already blowing up on the radio? And there's nothing wrong with that. It's people running their business a certain way, But I guess people have different views and ideas too.
Yeah, but again, I think it's changing now. That's where I think it's getting a little bit better now. That's where the culture's coming into play now. Everybody's running their own shit now, and so that's what Adam, myself, and Drew were talking about, was when we're talking about covers, was when I started out, that was the same thing. I wanted to learn as many songs as I could.
Yeah.
And nowadays it's like I'd rather impress you with something that I wrote, other than. And I mentioned with them Hotel California, because that's one of the songs that everybody wants to fucking. They see you with a guitar, Hotel California, Hotel California.
I remember covering that one.
Exactly, bro. It's people ask for Hotel California, they ask for Stairway to Heaven, they ask for whatever the fuck they ask for, and it's like,
That's
no,
like
dude. I'd rather fuck that fucking chick rock. Anyway, but yeah, it's simply I'd rather impress you with something that I wrote, and I might not write the most complex piece of music out there, whatever. But like for instance, the bridge I wrote for 1985, how it came out of nowhere, and my hands are going crazy. It's nothing that Yngwie Malmsteen could. I mean, it's not that complicated at all. I'm just saying, it's nothing too flashy, but it's cool enough to where, to me, it sounds great. It's unexpected from the rest of the music, from the rest of the song.
Yeah.
I'd rather impress people with that, bro, than fucking, here's a solo to fucking whatever, insert song here,
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah. We've got a little visitor.
Yeah.
It's all gravy. But yeah, bro, it's just I think it's slightly better. It's slightly better. I just wish. So you guys have been playing at Rock House Cafe. We need more venues like that, I think.
Yeah, it's a great venue. A lot of cool bands come in, and I like that. I like their support because like they help local bands, open up for a national act, and that's pretty cool because I see the support for local artists, and it's a good chance for bands to get exposed to a bigger crowd, bigger local crowd, because everybody that's going there is all from El Paso, right? So you have a national band coming in, and you have the opportunity to open for them, and it's cool what they're doing, with them, because that's really cool for local bands.
Honestly, I think it'll be cool if you guys open up for a big band like that at the Rock House, or anywhere for that matter. They show up. They're gonna put on their show, But having you guys open for them would be something that they're not gonna expect, bro. Because you guys got the showmanship.
Yeah.
You guys have the lights. You guys have it down, bro.
Yeah, that's something. Yeah, we really take a lot of work and pride into playing live, dude, and the team behind it. It's really awesome. That help us for all that.
Yeah, Adam's always talking about how great Paul is as far as that.
Yeah, dude, like he goes above and beyond, dude, like for the stuff that he does for us, dude. So he helps us, get our live, performance to another level.
Yeah. And that's one of the things that I was complimenting the guys with also, was that you guys have the showmanship, like you guys have your stage presence, you guys have again, the lights. You guys put on a hell of a show, bro, and that helps out a lot, bro, because it's the energy you guys bring forth that matches the music. It's all there, bro.
Yeah. And again, dude, like, that just goes to like the experience, dude.
Exactly what they said too.
The experience of everybody. You know, when it, I know, I know Drew's been playing for a long time. Adam as well. Sebastian and Lori, you know, they're probably the youngest from the band, but
But they're off to a good start.
but they get it, dude. Like
They're off to a good start with their other bands and then
Yeah.
with you guys.
they get it, and like their performance is like there, and yeah. So I can't ask for more from them, dude.
You know, when I started playing guitar, I knew from the get go, bro, that showmanship was going to be one of the important things, and I still have yet to work on that. I think we need more experience, or I need more experience with that. But I remember when I started playing guitar, when I got into wanting to learn how to play guitar, we'd have my uncles, my uncle Chano and my uncle Mondo from California, they're brothers. Whenever they'd come into town, they'd bring their little nylon 6-string guitar,
Yeah.
and they'd put on a show for the family, playing like the classic traditional Mexican tunes, right? Solamente una vez or whatever songs. They play whatever songs, but what they always had, bro, was that they always had that showmanship. They're sitting down on a chair, but the family that's our family that's their partying, they're all fully vested in the performance that they're doing, bro. So I knew from the get go that's something that's important, you know, and that's not so much the case with. I mean, it's exactly the case, but what I'm saying is, it's not exactly a rock show there, but it's the same aspect of energy, you know, that you guys have with your music.
Yeah, dude. Like it's now, like for me, like playing live, dude. It's like, you know, my kids, they ask me like, "Do you get nervous? Like, it's scary?" I'm like, "No, it's another day going on stage, you know." But I get anxious, dude.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like, oh, I'm ready to go. It's like a pit bull in a cage, ready to run out, dude, and just attack it.
Dude, I don't so much get nervous. Dude, with stuff like that, bro, I've never been one to get nervous or shy, except for a handful of times. But I'm really, a lot of us, I don't know how to explain it, bro, but I'm not often in a situation where I feel awkward. I'm not often in a situation where I'm gonna feel nervous to do something that I'm good at, except for a few times. Like I said, I remember one time, Low Luster League put me up on stage. They put me up on stage to play guitar with them, bro, and that day I froze. But I tried to do my thing on the guitar, bro, and I just couldn't do it because one of the guitarists was we're trying to match up with whoever they put on the drums, which someone from the audience too was on the drums, and then they lent me a guitar. One of the guitarists started shredding, not really jamming out with what me and the drummer were trying to do, so I kind of froze that time. But besides that, I don't often get nervous, bro. Like I don't care, bro. Like as far as music, I think with my lack of experience, I think if one Saturday has a show up, I have to build up to it. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna be bored looking, just standing up there playing guitar, standing still like we did in the fucking Glow music video. But I'm not nervous, you know. I'm not. It's hard to get me nervous, I think.
Yeah, dude. The more you do, like you'll.
Yeah.
Like, it comes natural.
And I think as a musician, we like attention too, you know.
Yeah.
And that's part of the showmanship too. You want to give people a good show, and you want to.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, to me, it's like. I've always thought that performing on stage is your time to shine, and nobody can take that away from you. That's your time, and people are there to see you, and like you have to really perform because at the end of the day, that's what we are.
And you're shining, bro. You're fucking swinging that guitar around you.
Yeah, we're performers, dude, so we have to.
Oh yeah. Ryan's a performer for sure, more so than me.
Oh yeah, dude.
He's got it, bro.
Yeah, he does. Dude. Yeah, dude.
I would like for him to. I would like for him to eventually get on stage with another band. You know, like maybe at some point where at an all ages show, if there's a band playing that's willing to like fucking let him have a go at one song. I think that would be great just for him to be like, oh shit, this is badass. I mean, of course, it'll happen with One Star Day eventually. I think once I have more time at home, it'll for sure happen. We'll put it once we get more songs together and everything, it'll happen. But I think it'd be badass for him.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind having him on stage.
Hell yeah, bro! I was telling Adam and Drew about the last time that we went to Vegas. There was a band playing in front of one of the casinos outside on the stage, and dude, he was ready to play on stage with him. He's like, "Dad, do you think they'll let me play with him?" I'm like, we'll see, man. We asked. They said no because of insurance purposes, but I'm glad that he's the type of kid that he's gung ho, bro. He's gonna fucking.
He's not shy.
He's not, bro. He's not. Little badass. Oh, you were asking earlier. I don't know if it was before we started. No, yeah, I think it was before we started recording. We were talking about when we were jamming out my old guitar. The red one.
Yeah.
So you had mentioned how you never stopped playing guitar. Mm-hmm. You never stopped. You always went for it. And I think, I fucking know, that red guitar, I miss it, bro. It was a Fender Highway 1 Strat with a satin red paint job. That was a more affordable American Stratocaster at the time, because you got the American Strat series. I think back in the day they were about 1,100. I think they're up to like 1,004, 1,006 now. But back then they were about 1,100. And that Highway 1 made in America Strat, I believe when I bought it, it was about $800, bro. So it was like a cheaper version of the American Strat built in America. I reluctantly sold that guitar, bro. And I think that happened at a time when, again, I think I fucking know. That happened at a time where I kind of told myself, as far as life goes, I was like, I'm not going anywhere. I wasn't happy with where I was working. I wasn't happy with a lot of shit, and I sold it, bro. I sold it. And I've gone on Reverb and I've looked it up, and there's people that sell that same guitar, and I've considered buying it.
Has it gone up?
I think they're reasonable.
Yeah.
I think they've gone up a little bit, but they're reasonable. Not brand new anymore. Of course, it's going to be a used guitar now. But I just always loved that guitar, bro. That shade of red and that satin finish. It was just a beautiful guitar, bro. But that's when I finished. I finished not finished. That's when I stopped playing for a while. Mm-hmm. I think I went probably about 4 or 5 years without playing.
Damn.
And I think I do wonder where things would have been if I had continued.
You can't track it back?
Fuck no, bro. Like, I don't remember who the fuck I sold it to. Yeah. I didn't pawn it, I know that. I sold it to someone, I can't remember who. Probably someone on Craigslist, I can't remember. Yeah. It's been forever.
I've sold some of my guitars too.
No, I bought one of them.
Oh, yeah. You bought one of them.
Bought one of them and I sold it too, but...
Yeah.
That was a great guitar, bro. That was a great guitar, bro, and the PRS.
Yeah.
What was his name? The Signature Series guitar for Mark.
I can't remember that.
I can't think of his name either, but it was a beautiful guitar with a grayish black, purple finish.
I think they call it a brisket finish.
Brisket? Yeah. Oh, because of the wood pattern?
Yeah.
That was a beautiful guitar, bro, but I hook it up to my amps, and then with my sound, it just didn't fit. I just couldn't figure it out, bro, and I sold it to a guy at a Christian church on Horizon, the Horizon exit. This guy bought it, and he plays in a Christian band, but he used to play Christian metal, is what he told me. Mm. And for the life of me, bro, again, I couldn't figure out how to find my sound on that guitar. I couldn't find it. I just messed with it. It was I just couldn't find it. And this guy plugs it into his amp, and he found it quick, bro. Damn. I was like, this guy knows what he's doing with that particular style of guitar, Yeah. I think I need regular gauge strings for me to be where I need to be.
I think those were running, I believe 14 or 62 or 60.
Yeah.
They were really heavy, thick strings.
Yeah, you'd given me an extra set of strings or two for it, and I think I tried putting regular strings on it too, and I just that guitar's built different. It's built for that deeper gauge.
Yeah.
And I ended up he wanted to buy it from me, but then he showed me what he had too, so we're gonna do a trade. And I can't remember how much I paid him on top of it, but I ended up doing a trade for American Ultra Telecaster that I've
Yeah.
got. And we were talking earlier how I'm not one for anything white as far as the color goes. I hardly ever wear white shirts. If my shoes have white soles on them, they're gonna have to be Converse for the most part, or
Black and white.
Vans. Yeah, bro, I can't wear white for whatever reason, bro. But that guitar, it's a pearl finish, a white pearl finish. And it was just beautiful, bro. That Telecaster that I traded your guitar for, and it sounds like me, bro. It's not. It's built for metal too in a sense, but it's universal. And I found my guitar quick on that guitar.
Yeah.
My sound quick on that guitar.
I'm probably thinking about getting another PRS. Yeah, I'm debating either Ibanez or PRS, but I'm leaning more towards PRS because of the size.
Did you ever play Schecter or ESP?
Not ESP, but Schecter, yeah. I used to have a black one. I believe it was the Diamond series. The one with the little bats on the fretboards. I've gone through that one. Schecter, Ibanez, and PRS.
I said I was done buying stuff, bro, but so the reason I stick with the Strat body or the Telecaster body, I think to me they've always felt light.
Yeah.
And I mean they might be heavy too sometimes or whatever, but they've always felt lighter to me, and I love and appreciate that feel of a Telecaster or a Stratocaster. And then the song that we recorded 1985 with is a D'Angelico, shaped kind of like a wacky Strat, I guess, semi-hollow. Also light, but I told myself I was done buying guitars, and then they released recently the Dave Grohl model, an Epiphone 335, and hollow body, and that guitar's beautiful too, bro. And I'm not gonna buy it, but I'm tempted. I think I'm done, bro, but I'm tempted always, bro.
Yeah. Or sell another one to replace it.
Oh, bro. I can't sell. So everything now has sentimental value, bro. Everything now is, again, the D'Angelico. It's a wacky looking guitar, but it's what we used for 1985. I do plan on using that white Telecaster a lot more, and then my black Strat was glow, so I can't get rid of those, man.
Yeah.
That stuff that's gonna go on to Ryan later on in the future, whatever Ryan wants to do with them.
Oh yeah.
And I hope he fucking keeps them, but
yeah. I'm pretty sure he will.
Yeah, he will.
That's just because that's his it's gonna be his childhood.
His childhood, his legacy, and
yeah,
bro. But I mean, yeah, that Dave Grohl signature sounds. It looks amazing. Have you seen the Reverend Guitars has that Billy Corgan signature also, and that guitar's got some crazy built-in stuff into it. You gotta look into, bro. Those guitars are.
I haven't seen those yet.
I gotta find the video. My buddy Adrian sent me a video for. I can't remember what the effect was, but there's something built into the guitar where you can mess with the sound, and I was like, man, that's amazing.
Yeah.
I love the pumpkins too, so.
Nice.
So you're gonna invest more so in your equipment than studio equipment?
And studio stuff, yeah, there's still a lot more stuff that I want to incorporate into the studio. I think with what I have right now, it's sustainable. Yeah. But yeah, I do eventually want to get more stuff for recording type of stuff.
You got something you're eyeballing right now?
What I'm looking into right now is more of the compressors, analog compressors, and preamps.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to use those for mastering. Part mixing, part mastering on my master chain, and that way I can eliminate some of the digital master plugins with analog. So you get a blend of digital and analog.
And your kids, bro, I see that they're into the music too.
Yeah, they get it from me, obviously.
Hell yeah.
But I try not to push it into them. You know,
right.
I don't tell them like, hey, you need to practice, or hey, you need to, work on this.
You don't want to take the fun out of it, bro.
No, so I let it. When they ask for it, then that's when I really let them really experiment with the music. But yeah, they like my son, my daughter, like they love music. It's a big part of like I mean like who they are, you
What are they into right now?
know. My daughter's into piano and singing, so it's crazy because like the what's that band Metal Baby,
Mm-hmm.
the Japanese,
Yeah, yeah.
like
Baby metal.
Baby Metal. Um, she knows all their songs, dude. And I'm like, and I remember like picking her up from school, and then she'd be like, hey, put karate or well, I guess one of their songs, and she'll sing the whole lyrics in Japanese. You're like nothing. And I'm like,
Oh
what?
shit.
Like when like word by word, I'm like, how do you memorize it? Oh, it's my favorite band. Yeah, but they're singing in Japanese, like, and just like nothing, dude. So like she's all into that, Japanese singing and the piano, dude. So she's picking up the piano. Uh, but yeah, every day. There's not a day that they don't ask me like, I need to practice. Or I want to do this. Or I want to do that. And my son, he's barely like getting into it. He's like into the drums and the sounds. So he's been playing a lot with the iPad on the like samples,
Mm-hmm.
and then he'll put like rhythms together. I mean, he's still young, but or little, but I can see they have the ear for it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And the bug of music.
Yeah, I used to have Mario Paint on the Super Nintendo,
Mm-hmm.
and they had a little music mode, and you could make your little beats on it too, or little pieces of music, and so a bunch of the time you were able to find on the Nintendo Power magazines kind of ideas of how to make music work, and once you get the basics, then you start doing your own little things too, and it was badass. I think that's what helped me get started too.
Yeah. But
Kind
yeah,
of like the iPad now.
yeah, yeah. They love music but yeah, I don't try to like push music into them, or they do it because they love it. So hopefully they'll continue with that.
So Drew was saying that he'll catch his daughter singing the lyrics to Ghost by you guys.
Yeah.
Do you guys ever catch, or do you ever catch your kids doing?
Oh, my daughter, dude. Like she'll sing all of them. Goals. Oh shit. Flatline now. Like with Flatline, dude. Like she'll sing along.
Nice.
And it's crazy, dude. Like sometimes, like I'll have my daughter. Like let's say I'm working on a song, right, for the band, and then I'm working on stuff, and then I'll catch her like um, coming up with melodies for like a certain part, and I ask her like, hey, what do you think? Like, what are you thinking about, or what are you doing? And she'll tell me like, hey, I think you should sing it this way, or this song should be like this, and so I can see that they have the ear for it. So it's just take some time for them to develop it more and really get into it.
And if you haven't done it already, I'm sure it's only a matter of time before you start recording something for her to sing on.
I already did, dude.
I figured, bro.
She recorded that artist singer Sia.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember the name.
The one with the split hair colors or something.
Yeah, her. What was it? Challenger? I can't remember the song. So yeah, I looked up the instrumental parts of the song, and then she memorized all the lyrics, and then yeah, dude, she recorded the whole song. But I mean, I wouldn't put it out, but it's for her to
Right.
to have in her iPad and show her friends.
Yeah. Yeah, we used to record before I had on my old PC I had Cool Edit Pro.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what Adobe ended up buying out and changing the name. We had Cool Edit Pro, a bootleg version on my PC, and a cheap little microphone that I'd record onto it with. And there were a couple of times where we recorded me on guitar, of course, and then my brother singing lyrics to whatever the fuck song at the time, just for us, And
Yeah.
I think there was a point in time where he got embarrassed that one of them I did With Arms Wide Open by Cream. And then he was singing it. All out of tune and everything, but it was just something for us,
Yeah.
It's probably on a CD somewhere out there, but yeah, man. But it's glad you're doing that with your daughter already, bro.
Yeah. So that's every time I'm in the studio, like they'll be there, like wanting to learn something, or
Yeah.
what are you doing? They're just curious, But it's what I can, down the road show them, like, hey, music, it's something that you can do anywhere.
Yeah, and again, like we were saying, you don't want to force feed them into it, you know. And I remember with Ryan, what I ended up with Ryan was I bought him his first guitar, a little Squire Bullet, the smaller scale for kids. I bought him his first guitar, wanting him to play guitar, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But he'd actually started playing not guitar, drums. His grandma had bought him a drum set when he was about 2 years old, bro, like a little drum set. So I've got videos of him on drum sets when he was 2 years old. Later, when I'd go to Guitar Center and I'd take him with me, he'd always gravitate towards the drums there too. So I got video that I edited to make sense, how a drum beat makes sense. But he was about 2.5, 3 years old, whatever. But he'd always gravitate towards the drums more than the guitar. He'd gravitate towards the keyboard. He hasn't played the keyboard in a long time, but that was more what he was into, keyboard and drums. And I wanted him to be a guitarist, like Dad, you know, like he's got to be like me. He's got to be like me. And no, he just went straight for drum, which is all good and gravy. But again, on his own later, he started picking up the Squire Strat. Started playing it here, more in there. I would go drop D for him to make it easier on him. That way he just bars the chord and he just plays whatever heavy riff he wants to play. And then on his own, not perfect, but he figured out Master of Puppets. He figured out the beat for it, and it's pretty sensical the way he plays it. It's not exact, but it's pretty close just by ear.
Yeah.
And I would try to teach him, like, no, dude, this is how you do it with. No, Daddy, I got this. And he just by ear try to figure shit out. And eventually I bought him a Jackson V. That's a smaller scale also. And he will pull it out here and there and play it. But again, it's because I didn't force feed him into it, you know.
Yeah.
I didn't force feed him into it, and with as far as drums go, he took his classes and whatever. But I remember with the beginning to One Star Day, it was Drew that was supposed to drum for us per Adam's request initially, you know. It was gonna be Drew, and when I went to the studio with you, like Ryan went in, I thought I was gonna be the drummer, and I can't say no to my son, you know.
Yeah,
it's all for the best, and in the long run, it's all for the better. Like, I'm glad it's my son, because it's not so much a gimmick at all. It's just so happens my son's a good fucking drummer.
Yeah.
At 7, 8, 9, almost 10 years old now. But never force fed it, bro. Yeah, he eventually went on to it on his own.
Yeah. Yeah,
That's gonna be your kids too, bro.
Yeah, dude. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to see how they're gonna evolve. You know, if they continue music, see how they're, how they carry it on. The cool thing is, like, I mean, they have me for any questions. You know, like, hey, do this, do that.
It's only gonna help them shine more, bro. Because if you think about it, like you think about back in the day, not so much with music, but with almost anything else, like who were the pro tennis players, for instance, back in the day? Whoever went to country clubs and whoever the fuck took classes and all that stuff. All this stuff wasn't at arm's reach for everybody back in the day like it is now. Now everybody's a tennis player, everybody's a musician, everybody whatever. Everything's at arm's reach. Everything's a click on YouTube away from you learning shit too. It's a lot easier for them now. Everybody can be just as good, if not better, than everybody else, you know.
Yeah.
And my son having our musical equipment that we have here, he's got all my guitars, my bass, his drums. Your kids having all your stuff too. It's only gonna work to their fucking benefit.
Yeah.
It's gonna make them.
It was a lot harder.
Yeah.
For you and me.
Exactly.
Like,
that's what I mean. It's
I remember like freaking cutting toothpicks to use as picks. You know.
Yeah.
My parents' old credit cards. You know,
Yeah.
make picks out of them. You know. Just because, like, all the resources weren't there. You know, as the way my kids had it or your kid. You know,
Mhm.
like now it's a little bit more less struggling.
fucking going months with
The same strings.
well, not so much the same strings, but having a string missing for like fucking 2 or 3 months.
Yeah, I remember that.
Making it work.
Or your strap breaks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that too. Not having a strap.
Mm-hmm.
So.
I remember not so much just that, but even your guitar itself breaking, where the fucking bridge peels off on your acoustic,
Or even a jack.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. the instrument cable jack. So
Or wanting to jam out, and everybody else, or not everybody else, but a lot of people had better equipment than you did.
yeah,
And you'd go to fucking Cash America Fun, and they had the Gorilla amps. Remember those?
yeah,
Little cheap little amps, and not a whole lot you can do with that except for rehearsal in the room.
yeah. Very.
And now, because of the stuff that we're into, because we want to buy our own shit, it's only going to benefit our kids. We got the best shit we can have now, and
Down the road, yeah, they're gonna, enjoy what we enjoy now.
Mhm.
It's like they're gonna enjoy it down the road later on.
yeah, it'll be fun, bro. Yeah, I just think, like we tell my boy, whenever he has his friends come visit or whatever, it's just, hey, remember, these aren't toys, bro.
Yeah,
These aren't toys. You got to treat them with respect. These instruments are built not fragile, but I mean they're good quality instruments. But you don't want just anybody playing with them. It's this is what you're gonna end up playing later. Take care of this shit. Keep people out of the music room, unless you know what the fuck they're doing. Just well, because excited to start bands too, bro. Like he's always talking about he's gonna start a band with his buddies and stuff, and
yeah,
he's come up with his own names for bands too, and his own little logos and shit. Yeah, man.
yeah. That's the future, bro. Like all the kids that learn music, and that's the future for what's to come. So that should be good.
And so to close this off, bro, where do you see both Dark Side Studios and Yolotli going from this point on?
Well, the studio, like for sure, like I wanna have more work in recording more artisans and bands. That's kind of like my goal, like for the studio, and help produce more music for other people. That's another thing that I want to do more. Obviously, like the people that come to me is because they're coming to me because they already know what I do. And that's one of the things that I want to do is help produce more and help out more artists and bands.
And you're not just helping out metal and rock. You help out that one kid.
Yeah, the even Spanish music.
Yeah.
What do you call it? Corridos?
Corridos.
So like stuff like that too. So I'm not just focused on the metal or rock genre, but mostly just in general. So it doesn't really matter if you play country or you play Spanish music or anything. But yeah, just help out, produce more and record. And with Yolotli is trying to focus more on playing out. That's what we want to focus more. Pretty much probably start in the region, New Mexico, Texas, Arizona, and tap into different areas more.
Weekend trips, weekend shows.
Yeah. And well, right now finish the acoustic EP and then the full metal EP, and then play out of town. So that's pretty much what we're looking for.
Hell yeah, man! And everybody can follow you guys on Instagram and Facebook under Yolotli.
Yeah.
Yolotli Band.
Yolotli Band.
And then
Instagram
and Dark Side Studios.
Yeah, Dark Side Studios. What is it? 2021? Is it?
Yeah, I thought it was 2022.
2022.
But I'll put the link on the video.
Yeah, and then you can find all the information like to reach out and get in contact with me if you want to record and stuff like that. And with Yolotli, just follow us and be up to date on what we're doing.
Yeah, follow everything Yolotli, follow everything Dark Side Studios. You guys do have a music video to Flatline out now also.
Yeah, that one just the video dropped
on Friday the 8th, March
8th, and so far it's been getting good reviews, and good feedback.
So people could please watch that video, like it, share it, comment on it. Support local music, man, especially when it's great.
Yeah.
Especially when it's great. You guys always produce great music, so please like, share, comment, subscribe, and look forward to everything Yolotli.
Yep.
Well, it's been fun, bro.
Well, thanks for having me.
I really appreciate everything you've done for myself and Ryan, being our first producer. We've got nothing but love and respect for you, brother.
Well, thank you, dude.
So, and we'll do this again, man.
Definitely.
We'll do this again.
Maybe we'll have the band here.
Yeah. I was telling Drew and Adam that I'd like to have everybody here at some point. If I could have all you guys here at some point, and then we can all chime in. It'd be great to meet everybody else. I mean, obviously, I know you, Adam, and Drew have yet to meet everybody else. I follow Lori for sure on Facebook, but I have yet to meet him.
Yeah.
I know we reached out to Sebastian to help out with the new song, but it'll be.
Oh yeah, he's ready for that. Pretty much told me, I'm ready. Like, let me know.
Dude, it's just me now. I mean, we had my spring break week off, and so it's pretty much just me now, waiting to fucking make the time to go into the studio, which will happen here.
Yeah.
As soon as you want me there, bro.
Yeah.
It'll happen here as soon as you want me there, and but yeah, man, I look forward to that. I always want you guys on whenever you guys want to talk about anything or promote anything. Make sure you come back, bro.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So again, nothing but love and respect for you, brother, and thanks for coming.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, sir. We'll see you guys later.
Bye.